I think the places that I've been at, I've been fortunate. I've worked with some great educators. We've gotten some amazing results, and from that experience, some people have asked me to come and speak and do some things and maybe share what we've done to help accelerate their process in learning. I often say, there's an old Chinese proverb that says, to understand the road ahead, ask those coming back. I don't think I'm overly smart or gifted. What I've done is I've done things wrong a whole bunch of times, and over time we've learned some better ways to do things, and hopefully by us sharing both the do's and the don'ts of what we've learned by doing, it'll help some other people maybe not trip over some of the things that I've tripped over time, or our staff has.
One of the strategies that I used was just to be brutally honest and to try to, the elephant that was in the room every time that I spoke to either principals or teachers in our school district was this elephant of initiative fatigue. And so I would actually make fun of myself and some of the things that our district had gone through. And that's just to let people know that I understand. And I think so one of the ways that I tried to build trust is by being honest, by making fun of myself, admitting some of the mistakes that were evident to people. And then I think the other big strategy that we seldom do in a large school district is to listen. We do a lot of talking. I don't think we do enough listening. So I tried to go out and just seat myself at a table in a lunchroom and talk to people, and mostly listen to what they had to say to me, and demonstrate that if we're going to be a learning community, I needed to be the one that did the most learning.
When it came to how I learned about ineffective approaches, unfortunately I can say I can look at myself in all three levels, but if there was one that I was most tended towards, it was the selective approach of only implementing some of the essential characteristics that are required to make a PLC work, and then ignoring or not giving as much emphasis to others. And again, it wasn't consciously. I think it's more people tend to want to implement what they feel comfortable with, what their staff feels comfortable with, or where they have prior experience. So I was very quick in believing in teamwork was important. So collaborative culture, I was all over. And we embraced that quickly at the site that I was leading. But when it came to continuous improvement and collective inquiry, that wasn't a strength of mine. And I really disregarded it on the whole for quite a while when it came to building an ongoing process for our staff to continually learn about best practice. So what happened was this. It didn't hurt me the first year, because just bringing teachers together to share their knowledge created a process for teachers to start to learn. But at some point, a team of teachers who have shared all their ideas at some point don't have any new ideas to build upon. So they recycle the same ideas. But if we want to continually improve, we've got to continually learn about better and better best practice. But I didn't have a process built in place to continue to learn. I only had a process to get people together the first time. And I realized I disregarded something essential there. I remember talking to Rick DeFore about this, and I said, I wish you would have stressed some certain things to me. He kind of laughed, and he said, Mike, that's why I called them the essential standards. It's because they're essential. You got to do them. And that's when I finally got my mind around it and realized not every essential characteristic might not develop at the same speed, but they all need to be addressed. And a selective approach or a managerial approach or a sacred cow approach just won't do it.
When staff members make choices, I put them in one of two categories. You either can't do it or you won't do it. There are won't do's and can't do's. Won't do's, of course, are people who are being non-compliant for some reason or another, and there's the appropriate time to confront that. What I do is I take a can't-do attitude with everything initially, and what that does is that puts me in a supportive role. I assume that my message wasn't clear, that my expectations weren't clear, that you need more support in meeting the expectation that I've set forth, and you need more resources. It also gives the won't-do decision maker an opportunity to save face. If I approach it with a can't-do attitude, it gives them an opportunity to save face and say, okay, if he's addressing this, that means it's really something of value. It must be really aligned with what we want. So let me change my attitude and actually move forward with it. It gives me a chance to give my staff members the benefit of the doubt that they want what we all want at the school, which is learning for all and high student achievement.